Artist Research Video Project by Lindley Bingham. Oscar Claude Monet was born in 1840 in Paris, France, on November 14th. In 1926, he dies in Giverny on December 5th. Monet is a French painter that helped to create a painting style called Impressionism. He painted using thick, short, and visible brushstrokes instead of the usual exact paintings that others usually used. It was normal for brushstrokes to be seen, so his style of Impressionism was very different from what was usually seen. Impressionists painted real-life subjects and examined the effects of light and color on what they painted. Impressionism is an art movement that focuses on capturing the effect of light and color. The art movement began in the late 1800s and was spearheaded by the Parisian painters of the time. Fun facts about Monet. Growing up, Monet enjoyed drawing caricatures of people he saw. At age 15, he was selling his humorous portraits to earn some extra money. When Claude Monet proclaimed that he wanted to become a painter, his dad tried to encourage him to become a grocer instead. When he was 21, Monet had to join the French army. While serving in the army, he contracted typhoid fever. In 1862, his aunt paid a large sum of money so Monet could be freed from his military duties. Monet painted in all kinds of weather. He even tied his easel to a rock during a storm in 1881. Waves knocked him into the water while he was painting and he almost drowned. Luncheon on the Grass. This painting was done on a canvas that was 15 feet high and 20 feet wide. He was trying to get this painting done for an exhibition, but soon realized that there was no way it would be finished in time. He had to do something else. The Woman in a Green Dress. This was painted in 4 days to show in the Salon's 1866 exhibition. Monet married Camille. She posed for all 4 of the figures in this painting, Woman in the Garden. Claude and Camille had a son they named Jean in 1867. They were wed in June of 1870. Woman in the Garden by Claude Monet is an oil canvas located in Musée d'Orsay in Paris. Franco-Prussian War. In 1870, the Monets escaped from the Franco-Prussian War by going to London, England. They returned to France after the war ended in 1871. He painted the painting on the side while living in the Netherlands right before they moved back to England. In the 1870s, he and some of his friends decided to hold their own art exhibition. They were tired of the Salon turning away their art. This is where the Impressionism got the name. Not many people showed up to their art exhibition. Louis Leroy came and saw Monet's impression, Sunrise. He said the artist could only make impressions and not finished paintings. He titled a magazine article Impressionist. He was trying to shame the artists, but they started calling themselves Impressionists. Monet's son, Michael, was born in 1978. Camille got sick during the winter of 1878 through 1879. The Monets had a hard time getting enough money to buy the necessary medicines that Camille needed. She died on September 5th, 1879. After Camille's death, Monet was heartbroken and could barely paint. When he did paint, his paintings were gloomy landscapes. Claude Monet painted the painting on the slide in 1880. after Camille's death. It's called Frost. Monet needed money at this point, so he accepted an invitation to show 18 paintings in a gallery. His work was praised by critics. After this exhibition, his paintings sold for high prices. By 1881, Monet had began a relationship with a mother of 6. Her name was Alice Hochet. He, Alice, his 2 boys, and her 6 children moved to Giverny in northern France. Here are 2 of Monet's paintings, Haystacks. Monet painted a series of haystacks and studied the effects that light had on them during different times of the day and seasons. He was earning money at this point and was able to purchase the house that he was renting for his family. He was finally being recognized as an important artist. He was finally able to marry Alice in 1891 after the death of her estranged husband. Edgar Degas was another Impressionist artist. Although he didn't think he was part of the movement, instead of nature, his focus was usually art that depicted dancing. He used the effects of lights in his paintings too. Mary Cassatt is an American painter that used lights in her painting as well. She focused on women and their children in her paintings. Berthe Morisot was a female painter known for painting portraits. Like Monet, she captured light in her paintings as well. The first image we have is the water lilies. It was made in 1906 on an oil-on canvas. Water Lilies is an oil seascape painting. It is Impressionism painting of lilies and water. Monet used soft colors to create a sense of relaxation. This painting gives me a peaceful sense. The calming colors are soothing to me. Blue is one of my favorite colors, and I think that's why I'm drawn to this painting, because it's so up close and it feels very immersive, like I'm actually right there seeing it in real life. He uses reflections in the water's surface. This is an impressionistic painting because I can see the broad brushstrokes that Monet uses. There is unblended color. He uses light by using a dark green to show the shadow instead of black. This painting is named Frost. It was made in 1875 on an oil-on canvas. This is a landscape painting that is impressionistic. It's a painting of a field that is covered in frost. Frost invokes a feeling of coldness in me. Monet uses color and lighting to create a sad feeling. The colors that Monet uses are very cold and just blah. The lighting makes it seem like it's cloudy and there isn't sun peeking through. It's very dreary. I like the calmness that I feel when looking at this, though. It is impressionistic because I can see the visible short brushstrokes. Light is shown using the shadow. Monet uses some blue to show some shadowing instead of black also. This painting's title is Woman in the Garden. It was made in 1866 on an oil canvas. Women in the Garden is an impressionistic landscape that features women. Monet uses light to show that the shadows of the trees and the sunlight coming through. It is an impressionistic because I can see slight brushstrokes. The painting gives a light and airy feeling. It seems like a light-hearted summer day. In this painting, he has his future wife posing for the figures, so I think he was happy when he painted it and wanted to portray that feeling. I love the way that he shows the shady areas. It is a pretty realistic painting.